Well, it's still morning here in Brazil. This is Kevin with Sunset Ranch here in Atibaia in Brazil. And I know you all been hearing about these forest fires and the fires in the Amazons. And I woke up this morning with a bunch of ash on my pickup. Very strong smell of smoke in the air and a haze in the air. It's pretty hard to see it on the camera, but there is a haze. And I originally thought, hey, this must be from the Amazons. We're, 1,000, 1,500 kilometers from that large forest that's on fire. But let me show you the pickup. I'll show you a little bit of ash that I found on it this morning. Hopefully it comes out on the camera. See that black on the white. So that's the ash on our pickup. But then I started listening, and I was looking at the wind direction, or feeling the wind direction actually, and actually I can hear a fire burning, and it's about southwest of us, or actually northwest of us. I got to think about the direction of the sun and where it circles. So it's about northwest of us, and excuse me, northeast of us. And you can hear it burning, and it's very strong. And what you need to know is here in Brazil, we have a lot of fires, especially during the dry period. During the dry period, which is our late winter, early spring time, it gets dry. We have a dry period where there's no rain, but everything is still green. That's what I find unique, being here in Brazil, is everything is still green. There's really, no season for me, because growing up in Maine, we had a winter where there's a shitload of snow. We had spring where you're walking in mud up to your knees sometimes. And then you have a summer, which is very comfortable, not too hot. And then you have your fall winter, which I loved. You had the changing of the leaves in color. It got cooler, and it was harvest. I remember harvesting potatoes and so forth. And I'm going to turn around so you can see some of the stallions, because they're kind of like shaking their heads and like, we're kind of waiting for some food, Dad. So, yeah, I need to feed them some hay. But just letting you know that Brazil's a little different. South America's a little different than the U.S. in some areas. And it does get dry, and especially the grass. The grass does get, well, I'll show you one of our pastures here. You can see this is pretty much what they call brachiata, or quick grass is what we call it in the U.S. The horses sometimes eat it, sometimes don't. It just depends on their mood. But in the winter, it gets very brown, dries up, and that's what usually burns in these fields, is the brachiata. And sometimes they're controlled burns, and sometimes they're not. This one I don't think is a control burn, just from where it is, where I think it is, and where I can hear it. It is a field, and our back pasture, the last 2 springs I've been here, it has burned. No reason why. Don't understand how it caught fire, but it did. But it hasn't burned this year, because I had the horses in it this year, and they chewed it pretty much down to the ground, so there's really nothing much to burn. So we're good in that aspect. But yeah, it's a unique experience here in Brazil for me, learning new things as I go along every day. And I thought I'd share some of that with you, so you can see Sandstorm over my shoulder. He's like, I want some hay, hurry up. So I'm going to let you all go. Decided I'd give you that little bit tidbit of information here about Brazil. And I wish you all well and see you all next time.